This week, Marjorie Taylor Greene finally got the opportunity to confront some of the most disturbing folks in this country that are brainwashing your children. And no, I'm not talking about the right-wing religious institutions. I'm not talking about the MAGA cult or the Republican Party. I am talking about Marjorie Taylor Greene telling us that NPR and PBS are brainwashing children. That is what Marjorie Taylor Greene said in an interview with Newsmax this week, the day before she actually had the opportunity to grill the leaders of both NPR and PBS during a congressional hearing to determine whether or not we should continue using tax dollars to fund these brainwashing activities. So on Wednesday, Marjorie Taylor Greene has this hearing with the heads of NPR and PBS, but on Tuesday before the hearing, she was like super excited about it, went on Newsmax and said this about those two very independent networks. I'm looking forward to holding the hearing tomorrow at 10 a.m., where we will be shining an intense spotlight on how Americans' hard-earned tax dollars have been used by PBS and NPR and the type of public broadcasting programs and radio shows they have been pushing across the country for decades. It has leaned further and further left, so much so that they now have drag queen story time instead of good old Sesame Street. They are now part of transing children, brainwashing children about gender, which proved to be one of the most important issues in the 2024 election. That was a big loser for Democrats. Everything you just said was wrong. Everything in that second paragraph that I just read to you from Marjorie Taylor Greene was a lie. Transgender issues were not a major issue for voters in the 2024 election. That is simply not true. The economy was number one, followed by inflation, followed by immigration, followed by, I think, crime was actually a little further down. Transgender issues were not at the top. They weren't in any state. Like, that's not true at all, that was the motivating factor for voters. And if it is, then this isn't a country I want to be in. Like, if that's your biggest concern, then either you leave or I leave, because that's insane and you're an idiot. Also, there is no drag queen story time anywhere on NPR or PBS, nor has there ever been. What happened one time was that a drag queen story hour was accidentally added to the website, like a link to it, and it was quickly removed. That was it. That was the extent of it. So she's lying again, like they're doing drag queen story and there's no Sesame Street. Yes, there is Sesame Street. That still exists. You can still watch it every day, Marge, if you want to. I think you might need to learn a little bit about loving your neighbor. I mean, not the way that you do with the guy you ended up having an affair with from that right-wing network. But anyway, you get the point. If you were concerned about brainwashing children or protecting children from predators, you would be out there investigating the churches across the country. You'd be investigating, I mean, hell, we just had another MAGA influencer indicted for grooming children. We have had members of Moms for Liberty across the country revealed to be, oopsie, they actually have a sexual predator past against children. We had Donald Trump's former spiritual advisor recently indicted for molesting a child. I mean, the list is endless, and all of them are Republicans, Marge. So if you actually cared about protecting children from the people that are harming them, you'd be investigating your own party. But you don't, and you love making a spectacle, and you love pretending that you care, when in reality, you're nothing more than a demonic little monster that wants to destroy things that are actually helping people. Thanks for watching, everybody, and if you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. We got fresh content every day for you. And if you want to follow us across social media, make sure you check out all of the social links that we have posted in the description of this video.